Hey guys, what is up? It is Psychic L. Glad to be back and glad to be trying to post every day. It is making me feel way more positive. But today I kind of just wanted to talk about spiritual awakenings, how to know you're on one, how to start one, like what is it? Kind of just the baseline for beginners or people that want to know more in depth of how people even started this whole thing and how people do start and how you might start or fall into one. Yeah, it's kind of just based upon that. I hope you enjoyed this video and I'm just gonna get on with it. First start of your spiritual awakening, when I started my spiritual awakening, it was because I had a miracle happen. Like, I was doing drugs for about 2 years, almost 65 pounds, not eating, not sleeping, feeling numb, not knowing what to do next, like living at this dude's, like it was just horrible timing. But one day I woke up, and when I woke up, it was different from every day before when I woke up. It was like I saw what I was doing around me. I saw it in a different point of view. I saw my life from not just my trauma and my pain, from a different awareness that bring me to that. And when I kind of woke up that day, I saw something that looked like one of my spirit guides that was sending me a message to stay strong. And so I listened to that. I stopped doing drugs. I went sober. I went through the withdrawals. But after that, I had a whole realization or disassociation that I didn't know what I was here for, if I was real, what I was doing here, what my personality was, what people perceived me as. Like, I was just lost in my head. And the thing that got me out of it was starting to understand it. And that might seem like weird to hear, but the way that I kind of understood myself was I tried to understand myself. I tried to look within, if you want to call it. And so when anxiety would come up, when depression would come up, I would notice that I had a different outlook on it. And I came across this spiritual awakening video randomly, and it's talked about all the stages of your spiritual awakening. And when I saw that video, I literally like almost crapped my pants for how much it resonated with me and with my energy. And I was like, oh my gosh, whoa. So then I went to the bookstore, like got more books, like I just started to educate myself upon spirituality because it helped me understand myself with chakras, with vibration, energy. It makes sense in my brain. Like what I was dealing with, like no one seemed to have answers for me. They just kept saying like, oh, follow your heart, or oh, you could do better, or oh, you're not going to be successful, or you're not worthy. Like what? That wasn't going to ever help me. And there was nothing really online that I was seeing other than a lot of motivational people speaking, but not really people sharing their true experiences and how they got to the places where they were. And so I explained mine by my spiritual awakening. That's how I got to this day right now, was because I had a literal miracle happen. So you're going to have this time in your life where you just start to understand things, start to analyze things, start to realize that everything is stemming from your mind and everything is energy. You start to understand that part of life, and I'm trying to bring it out of people. So make sure you keep with it and stay strong, because this energy could be very hardcore for some people at the beginning. You might already be going through one, but you might be feeling the negative side effects. Sleeping patterns differ, like you feeling really low, like you don't know, you feel like a brain dead zombie, you feel like you're very up and down. Like I felt that my whole beginning stages. I felt up and down, I felt sensitive, I felt anxiety all the time. It's because I gave myself a chance to open those parts back up and change them and switch them into something that is positive rather than negative. Like looking at my past experiences and this anxiety that keeps coming up, I realize that it's not trying to hurt me in this moment right now. It's trying to keep me safe. And so I realized that ego is just trying to keep me safe, but what's safe to me is negativity. What's safe to me is fear. What's safe to me was anxiety, because I knew that I was going to keep feeling the same emotions. And so Like, why do I even try to change it? But this new awareness gave me a chance to see a different side, to see the light at the end of the tunnel, to see where I could be happy, to see where I could have positive changes. And so I just kept following that tunnel. And it seems weird because you're like, how does this relate to my life? You will find a time in your life where you feel like you're just following a tunnel, where it's like you're in alignment with life. You get deja vu, you get coincidences, you see angel numbers, you see all of this stuff around you that keeps adding up to where you wanted to go and what you're manifesting, because you're on this journey. This spiritual awakening journey is gonna last your whole life. It is not just a journey you take for a year and then you're done. You might be in a stage for a year. It depends on how disconnected you are from your inner being. However much you've truly blocked off or suppressed, that's how much it is going to take to get out again, because it depends on how much work you're willing to do. But the first stages of my spiritual awakening were really rough. And that's why I understand when people are like, this is really rough. I want to quit. I want to go back to 3D. I want to go back to suppressing. And that's normal to happen, because you're leaving your comfort zone and taking risks. And sometimes they're easy and sometimes they're hard. But with life, you're always going to have challenges. You're always going to have pain. You're always going to have somebody leave you, or you're going to learn your lessons, or things are going to happen in your life that are supposed to teach you things rather than ruin you, rather than destroy you. They're supposed to, you might not understand it at the time, but it means more in a deeper perspective. It truly does. And so what I truly did is I tried to use my anxiety in the way that I thought, in a good way. I tried to use the mind that I had in a good way rather than in a bad way, because I knew that I am special and I'm unique in any type of way. And so are you, because we are not the same people. We did not experience the same things. And no, you could say that you're 20 and I'm 17, but it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. So when I started to understand this anxiety and started to look at it in a positive way and realize that this was just trying to keep me safe. This is what I've been thinking every single day. So how can I just break a cycle like that if I've made a habit for years? Or I've carried these beliefs about money or love for years. How do I just break those habits? How do I just get the motivation to do that? It's like when you are in the high vibes, when you feel like you are just in a good vibe here and then. I know that people get good vibes here and then, okay? So when you are having your good days, I want you to focus on the good. I want you to appreciate the little things. I want you to bring yourself into the present moment and realize that that can be your everyday life. That can be you when you bounce back from negativity. That can be you when you let go of things that you've been holding for so long. Who said that this was going to be easy? It's not. Nobody's perfect. It's going to be a lifelong journey for you to reach that full enlightenment, but it's a journey that you're supposed to take here upon this earth. And so if you've been starting your spiritual awakening and this doesn't really make sense of what I'm talking about, I'm sorry, I apologize. I'm in a really high vibe right now. But if you are new to spirituality, I want to welcome you and I want to say, hey, what's up? I'm glad you are still listening. I'm glad you are taking into account what I say, because you might not understand it yet, but you'll come back to this video or you'll start to see it apply in your life after you watch this video. I promise you that, because it gets into your subconscious. So really, whatever you're watching on the low or whatever you're surrounded with, it vibrates within you. And so the start of your spiritual awakening could also be really positive vibes, and you might down the line feel really lack of motivation or lack of mood or lack of things, because you might have lost your habits or you're procrastinating things, or you might need to put yourself in a little self-check and make sure that you are still doing the things that you're doing. Even at those low times, it's okay to rest. It's okay to get your energy back and spend time for yourself. But I don't want you to get unmotivated to do the things that you love to do, because it's easy to do that in the world right now. I'm not saying last year it's going to be easy, but right now it's really, really hard to get yourself back in motivation. Same with me. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. But what I notice is that when I do put the motivation into things that I love, I get more because I'm attracting more. So you have to just make those little baby steps. And I promise you, just a morning routine, or get yourself kind of ready for the day, and you'll start to understand things. You'll start to be aware of things because you're in the present moment. And this might not make sense now, but it will. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I just went on and talked. I don't even think I'll have to edit this. That's how good that was. Realist of L. Real version of L. Anyways, okay. I'm awkward. Bye.